Hello there. I am Sherri Simpson. I am your transformational life coach. Just a little bit of news. The Love and Money Healing course is starting again. So if you want to join that, it begins on the 22nd of November. And I'm also offering some one-to-one coaching for you to heal your mind, body, and spirit. So we want to heal your body, releasing any extra weight that you may be carrying, healing the root cause of why you're carrying extra weight, and releasing it through the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body. So that's some cool stuff coming up. What I wanted to do for you today during Tuesday Tarot was to tap into the energy of right now and the energy over the next 12 months. So I pulled 13 cards, I guess, that is going to give you an overview of what the next year will look like. Remember that this is a general forecast, so if you want your own, then you can tap into me and I can do that for you. And with the general forecast, I'm actually pulling the energy of what could be, hi Lori, I'm pulling the energy of what could be based on the energy of what was. So know that if you change things, if you change your language, if you change your mindset, if you change how you're thinking and believing, if you change your actions, then this could be even better or different than what I am forecasting. So tapping into that, let's go into the cards. So the first card that I pulled for you for right now is the energy of balance. So what we are doing right now is tapping into balancing. This is a spiritual card from the John Holland deck, and it could be a card about love, but usually it's a card about self-love, about you tapping in to the energy of balancing and creating harmony within yourself, within your masculine and feminine side, creating more self-love in your life and balancing that out. So that's what we're doing for the month of November. For the month of December, I want you to pat yourself on the back. You are going to be realizing that the things that you've been climbing, those big towers of things that you've been trying to accomplish in 2018 have now come to fruition. And you're standing on the top of this tower and you're in a place where you're confident. You're in a place where you know that you've manifested. So when that happens, this is a physical card. So this is you physically seeing things that you've been working on coming into fruition in December. When we get to this place, the nines are about endings, but it's also about celebration. You want to pat yourself on the back and say, I did a good job. Thank you very much. Thank you, universe, for helping me do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may even want to go through and create a list of all of the things that you've accomplished in 2018 to help you celebrate that. So that's the December energy. The January energy, when we get into the new beginning month, manifest. This is a major arcana card, and so the manifest card is basically telling you that you're the magician and you have the power to create in the palm of your hands. In order for you to create, your language needs to be in alignment with what you desire to create. Your thoughts need to be in alignment with what you want to create rather than what you're afraid of. Your beliefs need to be in alignment with, yes, I can do this. And your actions need to be inspired based on what it is that you desire. And when you're in alignment with all of that, you can create whatever you want. So you're going to have that creation independent energy in January. When we get into February, it's possibly a month where you could be teaching. So this is a 5 card, which is about transformation and change. So you may be a teacher already, or you may be teaching things without even realizing that you're sharing wisdom and teaching. If that is the case, then you may be transforming how you teach. You may be transitioning out of always being the student into being the teacher. And this is telling me that you're going to do it with confidence. It may be that you're doing it with kids or with teenagers. It may be adults. It may be that pets are involved. But you're going to be teaching someone or something, and you're going to be transforming in some way in February. When it comes to March, the card that came through was Take the Lead. And this is awesome because what this is telling me is that when you get to the place of manifesting and deciding what it is that you want, and then you get into the energy of, I can teach this, then it's like you're taking the lead. You're actually lighting a fire underneath your butt, and you're realizing that you do have the energy in the palm of your hands to create your own reality, and you can help other people create too. So you're taking the lead on a project, you're taking the lead spiritually in your own creation, in your own manifestations, and the purple cards in John Holland's deck are about spiritual creation. So you're tapping into that energy, and that was for March. The April energy is daydreams and decisions. So it may be that some of the things that you've taken the lead on, some of the things that you've decided to manifest, some of the things that you're teaching are now coming to a place where you need to make them bigger. You need to daydream more. You need to decide what it is that you want. This woman is standing behind two pillars, and the two pillars are like the connection between heaven and earth, or the connection between your higher self and your human self. And you have what it takes. You have the guidance from your spirit team and angels, but you literally need to get into that energy of deciding. The 7 is about instant manifestation. When you're connected to source, you can bring it into earth, but you have to have both aspects of yourself in alignment in order to be able to do that. So you really want to tap into the energy of, what do I desire? How can I get in alignment with this? What am I deciding to create as you're getting into, this was the April card. In May, the interesting thing for me as I transition usually out of winter and into spring is that I realize I haven't been taking as good a care of myself, or I realize that I haven't been nurturing myself. And for me, that time frame tends to be a challenging transition, getting going. And so it may be that you haven't been nurturing yourself over the winter, which is why this card comes through in reverse. So this is a major arcana card, and what it is saying is it's time to nurture yourself. It's time to get out into the garden. It's time to start doing things more actively. It's time for you to nourish your body, nourish your spirit, nourish your life, nourish your finances, nourish whatever's available for you. And that is in the month of May. In the month of June, the card that came through was dreams coming true. And this is really cool because you're tapping now into like celebration energy of what it was that you were aiming to manifest as the magician back in January. So about 6 months later, you're going to be realizing those, and you're going to be realizing that the magic is inside you, that it is in the palm of your hand. And I think that's quite interesting. Let's go back and look at these, because we had to take the lead card, which was about the energy being in the palm of your hand. And we had the magician card, which is about the energy being in the palm of your hand. And now we're having the dreams coming true, which is also showing that your power is actually within you, that is within the palm of your hands. It has to do with what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're believing, and how you're acting. And that is how you create. So this is about celebrating the things that you've decided to create and seeing them come in. This is a heart-centered card, so you're really tapping into the emotion of celebration, and that was coming through for June. In July, after those dreams have come true, it's now time for you to decide what it is that you're manifesting next. Usually when we do our manifesting and our desires and our dream journals, we're doing it from a logical place. And what this is telling me is you don't want to use logic. You want to seek what is within you. This is a major arcana card again, which means that it's major areas of life. It could be about school or stopping school. It could be about changing your job. It could be about moving. It could be about changing your relationships, about changing finances. But what you want to do is tap into your heart. Get into nature, find some quiet time, do some meditation, do some visualization, really tap into what is it that I'm seeking? What is it that I desire? And so you're ending this period of what it was that you were creating at the beginning of the year, and now you're tapping into the energy of what do I want to create for the next aspect of the 2019 energy. The next card that came through was for August, and it's the throat. It's an interesting card for this time of year because usually people end up getting summer colds, and colds can often have to do with the throat. They can have to do with the back of the neck too, and issues with the neck. And so the throat chakra is just telling me to remind you to speak your truth, to sing, to chant, to do things vocally rather than holding your emotions in, and that's going to help you in the month of August. In the month of September, the card that came through was Strengthening Bonds. This is a physical card in the John Holland deck, which means it has to do with you physically creating bonds with people around you. The lady in this card is wearing an orange dress, and that has to do with the sacral chakra for me. It's about you knowing that your close relationships are important, including the relationship that you have with yourself. So you're strengthening the bonds with the people in your life. This was the September card. You're strengthening your bond with nature, with your higher self, with how you create and how you manifest. So you're literally physically doing things differently and activating your own independence and what it is that you desire in the month of September. This is in 2019, obviously. So in the month of October, it may be that you need a little bit of rest and you need some relaxation. This may mean sometimes September can be quite active, especially when the kids go back to school, and sometimes job changes and things happen in September. So this energy in October is telling you that it's time to rest and go into yourself. If you haven't been meditating or visualizing or doing some journaling or doing some things that will help you to rest and relax, and to reconsider the goals that you've assessed and what you were seeking, so that you can accomplish them by the end of the year. This is the energy of October. This is a spirituality card in the John Holland deck, so it's spiritual aspects. You're going into yourself. The next card for November that came through, this is November 2019, was the love card. And this is wonderful. It could mean a new love relationship. It could be deepening the bonds with the loved ones. It could be creating a bond with yourself and your masculine and feminine side. This is a major arcana, which means it's big areas of life, and sixes are usually about nurturing and nourishment and the feminine aspect, and really tapping into your feelings. There's a lot of orange in this card, so I can tell it's about close relationships and happiness and joy. So bringing more love into your life in November of next year. And the last card that came through for December of next year was the third eye chakra. So this is telling me that in December of next year, you're going to be doing some tapping into your own truths, tapping into information about your past lives, about your childhood, possibly about your birth story. Some of the healing that I'm doing right now in the energy healing stuff that I'm doing is about tapping into your birth story, because that usually sets the precedence for your life based on if you were adopted, if you were late, if you were early, if you were induced, if you were a C-section, if you were the wrong sex, if you were if your mother had an epidural or some kind of drugs, and that can totally affect your whole life. So you're possibly tapping into your own energy this time next year, around December next year, tapping into who you really are, tapping into expanding your clairs, I'm hearing. So tapping into expanding your clairaudience, your clairvoyance, your claircognizance, your clairsentience, your empathic skills, tapping into what is it that you are expanding during that end of 2019. So hopefully that served you. So those were the cards. I'll just take you through them quickly. This was the November card, finding some balance in this month. The next card was celebrating your accomplishments in December. The next card in January was manifesting the powers in the palm of your hand, and you want to activate that as we get into the new year. The next card for February was about you teaching, or you getting out of the student role and into the teacher role and doing it with confidence and joy. You taking the lead on projects and activating the power in the palm of your hands. Then we moved into April. This is you deciding what dreams you're going to manifest, and really getting clear on those and knowing that you can call in your angels and guides, because the 7 is about connecting into spirit and bringing the spirit connection into the physical. The next card came through in reverse, and this was May. This was the 3 nurture cards. So perhaps during the winter, you weren't nurturing yourself the same way that you normally would in the summer months or in the spring or fall. So you want to tap into doing that when we get into May. And this isn't just nurturing your body, it's nurturing you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and always. The June card was dreams come true. So you're actually realizing that you did have the energy in the palm of your hand, and you're celebrating some of the things that have manifested so far. In July, now that you've had some things manifest, you actually want to get into yourself and into your heart and into nature and into quiet space to decide, what is it that I want next? So you're seeking some answers from yourself about, what do I create for the rest of the year? As you get into August, you are tapping into your throat chakra. Make sure you're speaking your truth. Make sure you are hearing the truth from other people. Make sure you are doing some singing or some chanting in order to activate that chakra. You can also wear blue, or you can eat blue food like blueberries, and that can help you activate the throat chakra as well. The next card that came through was September. You're going to physically strengthen some bonds in September, bonds with yourself, bonds with with nature, with the environment, with the people in your relationship. So you're really strengthening some aspects of your physical life in September. In October, you're resting and reconsidering. Maybe September was a really busy month and you really need to get into relaxation, get back into meditation and visualization, get back into journaling, and just get back into yourself. In November, next year, we have some love happening, expanding the love in your relationships. I'm hearing expanding unconditional love for yourself and for others, tapping into that love energy. In December, you're tapping into your third eye, which is your divine truth. It's about your truth, not divine wisdom, which is universal, but your truth. What are your truths? What are your spiritual gifts? And expanding those. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any comments or questions about that, then I look forward to hearing from you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.